Kissing like you would. It's important to know that it's a classic whodunit in a sense, but it's so much more than that. You want me to love you, but you don't love me now. Why should I give my heart to you? We gonna shut that motor down. I've been searching for you for a long time now, but you've left my heart's vision. Now you want me to stay in your life. That won't happen again. No, you said no. I said no. Can't blame you. No. That's why I like that book. Let me talk to you. I like that book. Is here now. And so, my name is Charlaway Crawford, and this is Charlaway Crawford from the Heart. The book is called Cold Mourning. You know how you mourn somebody? It's like that, like a play on word. And the book is by Brenda Chapman. Fantastic read. Fantastic read. I love the tropes where the main character has a mission that they're going for this entire book, but they're pretending to go on as if their main mission is what everyone else's main mission around them is. You know what I mean? Like this main character, Kayla Stonechild, of course she wants to work, but she has another mission, which is something that she needs to do, and she's been trying to do since her childhood growing up. Now, summary says, and it goes like this: when murder stalks a family over Christmas, Kayla Stonechild trusts her intuition to get results. It's a week before Christmas when wealthy businessman Tom Underwood disappears into thin air, with more than enough people wanting him dead. New police recruit Kayla Stonechild, who has left her Northern Ontario detachment to join a specialized Ottawa crime unit, is tasked with returning Underwood home in time for the holidays. Stonechild, who is from a First Nations reserve, is a lone wolf who is used to surviving on her wits. Her new boss, Detective Rulu, has his hands full controlling her, his team, in an investigation that keeps threatening to go off track. Old betrayals and complicated family relationships brutally collide when love turns to hate and murder stalks a family. Man, I always mess up the summary when reading. It starts off with this prologue about these two girls. First of all, excellent start to the story. There was mystery, there was suspense, there was action, there was a chase, and full of conflict. It was an emotional scene, a few scenes that went on in this prologue. There was a beginning, middle, and end to this prologue. It was like I say, like a mini story, and you was able to follow it, and you worried about these two girls. And it ended with a couple of promises at that. You know what I mean? That's always something that you want to see as a reader. You want to have those questions, you know what I mean, thrown open, and it started right away. So what makes this book is there is a web, there's an entanglement of family members, friends, business colleagues, who all could have done it. There are so many angles, so many perspectives, so many different motives, you know what I mean, so many time availabilities and things like that, who could have done this man harm, which makes the level of difficulty for our main character and her colleagues so much more higher. It's pretty much a workout to keep up with all of the different suspects that there could be, the potentialities. I found that I had to focus on the psychology of this case, the personalities, the grudges, and things like that, to be able to stay on the level of the author. You know, like she knows who did it. It's important to know that it's a classic whodunit in a sense, but it's so much more than that. Like one of the characters even says, the problem with this case is that there are too many suspects. The murders I've dealt with before were clear cut. A jealous spouse or a bar fight gone too far. Underwood had several people in his private and professional life that could have been behind this. And that's pretty much the truth. It's awesome. You know, and another cool feature or motif about this story is that at any given moment, there's like this thing where people are missing. Everybody's missing to some scale. You know, one character mentioned that he says it's like it's a black hole in Ottawa and people just keep dropping in. You know what I mean? Meaning, okay, we need to talk to this person, they're gone. This witness right here, they're gone. Potential witness. This suspect, they're gone. Of course, the murder victim, he was missing and things like that. You know, we need to talk to your partner, you know, the police officer. He's missing and things like that. Everybody is missing at a key and vital moment. So it increases the suspense and things like that. Your heart rate go up and you turn the page like, oh, what's going on in Ottawa? It kind of makes you aspire to be kind of like a detective, right? How detail oriented they are. You know, how they had to focus on the finer details in order to figure out what the hell is going on. A lot of us would miss vital details that could crack a case wide open because we're not trained like them. And it's not a bad thing to be detail oriented, be able to focus on the minutia, you know, things of these natures. And so it's pretty cool how police officers, detectives, people in law enforcement who got to investigate things, how they do what they do. Left hand salute upon you. That's my sign of respect right there. It's just another great thriller, you know, throwing in slow scenes as well, you know, like folk music playing in the background to make these characters in their world feel more real. I noticed that a lot of these characters seem to be grappling with the ability to forgive and also to accept that, you know what I mean, they're dealing with grief or with misery and things like that. The author puts in many red herrings. There are many red herrings, but the thing is so much potential that any one suspect could really be the killer, that a lot of the red herrings that you think in your mind is red herring turn out to be the real deal in one way or another. I do have to say that I read one of the dumbest questions and answers and just dialogue period in this story. You dig what I'm saying? Check this out. One of the characters was telling their story, right? And the main character asked him, so your mother kept you? The fudge? Like, what kind of question is it? I'm here, ain't I? Like, and before y'all even say, nah, maybe that meant like adoption, stuff like that. No, because the very next sentence says, she did, against the wishes of her family. In those days, it was a sin to have a baby out of wedlock. Okay, who edited this and who let that go? I mean, it ain't no big deal. It was just funny, and I was like, okay, that was just a dumbass sentence right there. Like I said, ain't no sin. It ain't no blasphemy or nothing like that. But you a published writer, and your character is asking another character if their mother basically pushed them out. You staring right at her. Come on, Kayla Stonechild. I know you in a new city. I know you got a lot of things going on. Who killed Tom Underwood? Who killed your damn brain cells on that question? And so I'm definitely gonna hit you with some takeaways where not only I'm gonna talk about the entertainment side, but I'm gonna talk about stuff that we can apply to our lives. I'm talking about the practical things, right? It's getting dark. You know what I mean? I hope these takeaways can put a little light into this conversation. Excellent thriller, but you know, I like to talk about some real world applications, you know. Number one, this world is messed up, that I got screwed up, and I don't see no way from coming back from this. So when you finally find me, hold me, cause I'm liable to jump from the deep end. This world is messed up, man. It's funny how in the spirit, right, or in the intention of doing something good, something monstrous can come from that, right? Like, for example, trauma, right? You trying to do something in good spirit, and because you do that, right, we see it all the time, something bad happens to you, and now because of that experience, a monster can be born. And that goes back into not judging people and things like that. Who the hell is calling me in the middle of a takeaway? Hello? Them damn student loans. Damn student loans. I don't even know what I was talking about. Trauma. Trauma can create very, very disastrous sort of qualities and traits in us. And that's my whole point. This world is messed up that you can get screwed up even doing the good thing, even trying to be good or bring some good into this world. It's funny because Kayla at one point mentioned that Tom Underwood, his house, his mansion, you know, it looked depressing compared to the shacks that she grew up in. Let that sink in. How the hell does a mansion look depressing compared to some fucking butt? Excuse my language. You know what I mean? And so what that means is it's something that's deeper. And it's basically this. What did it do for him, right? You had all these millions, you had all this money. What did it do for you? So what's more important in life? That's for us to figure out. Man, it's dark as hell. Alright. That should be a little better. Fellas, we have to be careful how we mention the bodies, right? The sort of diet of our women, especially when they're pregnant or even after they're pregnant. You know, it can be disgusting how we mention it because they're already going through it, right? So of course we want our women looking sexy. We want them looking good. We want them to be back into being secure and feeling sexy and feeling good and things like that, so that they mental health can help. Because when you look good, you feel good. But we have to understand that it's unique for everybody, but also it's hard to gather that energy and get back to work. If you's a fat lard like me, you already know your damn self that it's hard. And so I'm not saying that I'm a saint and things like that. You know, when my lady was pregnant with my child, I may have said some things that I'm not proud of. And so we're not perfect. We learn. When you know better, you do better. She sing like you would. And so, I mean, with all that being said, I think the promise of this book is I'll tell you a story about this entangled and dysfunctional family. And at the end, right, I'll show you who killed the patriarch, right, the father. Man, it's just the web, man. Like the family, the girlfriends, the wives, the sons, the daughters, the business associates, the investors, the inventors. Who killed this man, right? You have to stick in it, and it's fun, man. It's fun to have a thriller that gets straight to the point, right? It's fun, man. That's why we sign on. We want to know who done it, but we want to see how they figure out who done it, right? But that's why I like thrillers with a heart. You know what I mean? For me, damn thrillers that get straight to the plot and have those sort of quick reads and things like that. Nah, man, slow it down. Let me hear folk music and the dialogue and how the characters deal with the day-to-day, the relationships, their flaws and things like that. stuff that hold them back, as well as show me how the clues are being uncovered, how the person realizes that, okay, all these people may be involved, and then go on to figure out how they're gonna, capture this person. That's cool. And so, but these kinds, in Cold Mourning sort of have that human feel to it, right? As we learn what made a family fall apart like this, right? What made business partners fall apart like this, or whatever the case may be. And we learn about motivations and why people are the way they are, and as they try to bridge the gap from misery or dysfunctionality to acceptance and moving on and things like that. And so, hey, Miss Chapman, excellent book. I got a lot of quotes from it, got a lot of takeaways, and I thought it was a good wintry thriller that anybody can read. They can enjoy the process of whodunit, and they can learn a little bit something from it as well. And so I'll definitely be looking for your name. This has been Charleroi Crawford from the heart, and things of these natures. And so I'm that way. And so peace. Charleroi is out. And now it's done to say goodbye. Won't you please come back and say hi? What the f am I talking about?